Welcome to Taleo Social Sourcing, Permissions and Intro to Configurations. What you will learn in this video are how to activate the user type permissions and the key differences between the two permission types, how to tell the difference between your stage and production sites, how to set up user accounts accurately so internal candidate data can be scraped, and how to use the administration section to edit users and configure site settings. When you log in to Taleo and go to the configuration section, we're going to click in Smart Org Administration. Once we go over to user types and we click into a user type, we are going to expand recruiting and click Edit next to sourcing. This is going to bring us to our permissions for the sourcing section, and at the very bottom, you will find the two privileges associated with social sourcing. The first is the ability to access social sourcing. The second is the ability to manage social sourcing. Accessing social sourcing allows you to access the site as a recruiter, to share or post jobs to different social media platforms, as well as run campaigns and review the analytics associated. Manage social sourcing allows you access to the administrative functions, which include development of your social sourcing sites. Once you've selected your permissions, click Save. Now let's tell the difference between your stage and production sites. I'm going to click back on my home icon to bring me back to my home page. And on the left-hand side, underneath the Quick Access menu, you'll see Social Sourcing. I'm going to click on that icon. And I'm brought into my social sourcing page. If I look up at the URL at the top, it says upgrade.selectminds.com. Upgrade means you are in your staging zone. When you move to your production zone, it says referrals.selectminds.com. If you choose to use a vanity URL, this URL could change, but your out-of-the-box URL will always be upgrade.selectminds.com for staging and referrals.selectminds.com for your production environment. I'm going to click over here on my arrow dropdown, and I'm going to go back to TEE. This takes me back to my home page in Taleo. I'm going to click on Configuration, and I'm going to click on Smart Org Administration. The next thing we're going to look at is a user account. I'm going to go over into User Accounts under Users. And you'll notice by default, the user type that always shows first is Operator. Social sourcing users must be employees. That means when you look at a user account, it will have all of the employee information completed and filled out under the employee information section. I'll click Show to expand it. I have the employee's status, their manager, as well as their O, their L, and their F. This information is vital in order to have the employee receive an account in social sourcing. In order to create this employee information, your users need to be created using the employee import via TCC. This gives them all of the information in that employee section. I can also click on my user type dropdown and click Employee, and it will give me all of the employees in my environment. If your users are not employees, they will not get migrated over to social sourcing and they will not have an internal user account. Let's go back into social sourcing. I'm going to click my home icon. And then again, under quick access, I'm going to click on social sourcing. And your social sourcing page is displayed. I can click on admin. And because I have the manage social sourcing's permission, I have the ability to see this admin button. I can edit my users, or I can go into configure settings. Editing users shows you all of the users in the system and gives you their information, their email address, and whether they're registered or confirmed. If I click on a name, it provides all of the information that is either brought over from their user account in Taleo or added by them through the Preferences tab. You'll see we have their name, their location, their O, their L, their F. We also have their role, which is an employee. The other options are alumni, other, referral. And then their privilege class is a front-end user, which means they have access to use the system as an internal candidate. But we also have the ability to make someone a recruiter so they can use the system and post jobs through linked social sourcing sites, as well as post campaigns and review the analytics. The other we have is system administrator and partner, which gives access to administrative functions. Candidates also have the ability to sign up for job alerts, and this includes internal candidates. So if you sign up for job alerts, they can select whether they want to receive them daily, weekly, or monthly. And then they can click Save. They would also want to provide their OLF, or areas of interest, so that the job alerts can be delivered correctly based on their interests. There's some additional settings at the bottom regarding email and privacy. But if I scroll all the way back up to the top, I can click on admin. And now I'm going to click on configure settings. The configuration section is where you're going to begin configuring your social sourcing sites. You can click on each link on the left to expand and provide all of the configuration information on the screen. Please log into the next session where we will begin talking through all of these additional functionalities and the settings that you should be using to configure your site.